Hey, what's going on, TheGreatWhite? This is your coaching session for your 3v3 game. This is a Champ 3 lobby. Just to introduce myself before we get into it, I'm Renf. I have been coaching for over 2 years with over 300 private clients, and I'm a Grand Champ 2 through 3. So I think that's about it. That's all you need to know about me. So we'll just hop right into it. January 28th is when it was played. It's game 1. Alrighty. Nice. Good demo. Good job letting your teammates go for that. Should rotate back post here, which you do. You are missing a few small pads here. You missed that one right here. Right here. Oh, why is it not showing? Oh, it was. It's just blending in. Yeah, so you were missing this small pad right here, and you were lingering right around here when you could have just gone up and grabbed this small pad right here. That's 24 boosts. It can make a difference. So when you're lingering like this, when you're last back and you have a teammate front post, you can. It's normally pretty safe to be grabbing this small pad. Just kind of go here and then turn around, and you know you have an extra 12 boost from that, and that can make a pretty big difference sometimes. So good to keep in mind. Back into it. Nice. Good job. I would have liked to see you keep this a little bit closer. There's no need to throw away possession here. We can see the uninstalling guy right here. He probably was looking for a bump, but now we can see he's kind of rotating out here. It doesn't make sense for him to turn back on this and hit the ball. That would just be cutting off rotations because this guy's right here. So this guy probably sees that and does not want to be turning this way. So he's just going to keep going this way, and you have plenty of space. This guy's very unlikely to dive. Just from his perspective, if he dives, then it's basically a triple commit, and any touch you get around him will be a goal if he goes for this. So you know you have time. You know here you have time and you have a lot of space, so you can just keep this close to you instead of giving away possession. This is a pretty common mistake I see a lot of champ players make. So definitely try to keep it close to you. You want to go for those dribble plays a lot more than instead of just throwing it away like this. Nice steal boost. Pretty good job there. Only thing is giving away possession there, pretty much. Could have had a shot had you not given away possession, so kind of a bummer. Oh, you missed the point of this. I think you're going for it though, so good idea. Okay, this is fine. Go for that corner right there. Nice, good patience. Good job. This is really aggressive to position yourself like this. Fortunately, they're very awkward here. Probably this guy right here shouldn't be going for this ball. This guy right here, he shouldn't not be going for this ball because he's so awkward for it, and he should, because it's so awkward for him, he should just stay grounded, rotate behind his teammate, and this guy should go up for it. It's just really this is really aggressive for you to position like this because you have a teammate in the corner here. You have this teammate right here. So if they get any strong clear on you, it can be really bad. Especially if this guy handled this a little bit better, you might have been able to go up for this and clear downfield somewhere around here for this guy to come up and get it past you. So definitely very aggressive to position like this. Instead, I probably would have liked you to position just a little bit further back. If we look here. Probably right around here, midfield, where you are right now. You can just sit there. Positioning on this right side doesn't really make much sense. because your teammate's going here already. It's pretty unlikely that this ball is going to continue going in this direction, since we have opponents on the other side here that are more than likely to be hitting it into this corner or somewhere downfield like this. So just take note of that. But you get the goal, so works out. You only got the goal here because the destined to be king guy messed up pretty bad. But you know, in higher ranks, Grand Champ levels, this isn't gonna happen. Your opponents are gonna be doing this, and they'll be able to capitalize on you playing really aggressive like this. Good job getting it around in there. Nice. Could have been a little bit faster to that. Use that fast aerial. That'd be very helpful. I think you tried to recover here. From this recovery, when you kind of flip towards this, flip into this net here, you want to hold power slide down. So, just keep that in mind. Power slide's really, really helpful for recoveries like this, where you kind of run into the net. If you just hold power slide, a lot of the times it's going to make it so you slide out and then you can do your half flip. But looks like there you tried to jump or something. Kind of messes you up. Nice. Yep, this is good. Good positioning. Okay. Okay. It just looked awkward. Your teammate shouldn't have turned for this again. He should rotate out here. But he did turn again, so it made it look a little bit awkward. You played this fine. Good job. Nice try. I think you're going for the pass here. Completely fine. Only thing is, this pass, it's very unlikely this pass is going to do you any good. It's pretty much you're not creating any threat from doing these soft passes that are going to land somewhere around here, because you know your teammates aren't going to push that far up basically ever. So if you're going for passes, you want to be a little bit more dynamic with it. I get you're in a rush here and you didn't have many options, but you could have hit it a little bit higher, maybe tried to get over them, and if you had just gotten it over them, you would have been able to go into this corner. Maybe not get the corner boost because this guy probably just took it, but you'd be able to get it into the corner, rotate out, and let your teammates come back in here. So a little bit better to, instead of just giving away possession, kind of like you do here, just throw it into the corner. If you had a little bit more boost here, you could have even gone for a pinch pass off the ceiling here. They're really hard to do well, but off this wall, you are able to pinch it so it goes flying up towards the ceiling on this waterfall area where it pops down for your teammate somewhere around midfield. And this can be really unpredictable for your opponents. So just things to keep in mind. You didn't play this horribly though. Good recovery at it. Well, actually that landing wasn't that good. Wave dash here. Or the jump, catching yourself on that wall was good. Again, when you're landing on this ground, even when you're landing awkwardly like this, you want to be holding power slide. If you had landed a little bit more straight, maybe have your wheels face this way, then you probably wouldn't have to hold power slide. But since you are a little bit awkward here, holding power slide will keep your momentum, so you're still going this way, and then you can probably perform a half flip and change your momentum towards this way, so you probably end up somewhere around here. So yeah, just recovery things so far. Good positioning. Good job not wasting any boosts right now. Okay. Again, we're giving away possession with this touch. This is not creating any threat. When we go for this, we didn't really need to jump for this, to be honest, because there's no threat from this. None of them are going up for this. I guess you might be worried about this guy jumping up for this, but if he jumps up for this, he's hitting it into your corner, which there's no threat there. You can just stay grounded, go front post, and challenge it in the corner, which is a lot safer than going for this, because when you're going for these touches, if you are ever going for these touches, at the higher ranks, at Grand Champ and pretty much above, you have to keep it really close to you. So here you would have had to get a flip reset and then wave dash on the wall probably and continue with the ball, which, you know, I don't think you or I would have the mechanics to do that quite yet, and it's just really hard to set those things up. And usually, even if you are able to do that, it's worse than just letting your opponents hit it into the corner here and going for a 50 challenge in the corner. So yeah, keep that in mind. This is giving away possession. This seems to be the main thing so far. Recoveries and possession. Okay. Okay. I guess you're thinking your teammate wouldn't be able to recover for this, which is fair. After this touch though, you should rotate out because you have such low boost. Oh, you get demoed. Well, if you didn't get demoed, you should rotate out because of your low boost there. You can't really create any threat on offense when you have low boost like that. Nice, good positioning. You're reading the play really well here. Good idea. I think you're going for a pass off backward. Looks like it works out. Nice job. So far you've played this pretty well. Your positioning is really solid. Boost management, pretty solid too. It's just giving away possession. When you can keep it close to you, go for a dribble play instead. And sometimes you're messing up your recoveries. So power slide. That's all you really have to do for those recoveries a lot of the times. Okay. Yep, good job. Trusting your teammate there is good. Ooh. We're giving our opponents a lot of space here. That was actually a solid pass from Destin here. It's kind of hard for you to read that, so I understand why you gave them space. Your teammate, Major Bass 7 there, he kind of messed up his touch here, so if you do get scored on here, which looking at the timeline down there, looks like you do, it's probably Major's fault here. Actually, it might be your third teammate here, the Captain Coop guy. How fast is his recovery? Actually, no. It's definitely Major's fault. If you get scored on here, you're kind of left in this 1-on-2. Not much you can do. That was a really good double tap from them too. Yeah, I don't blame you. Okay. I'm going to be a little bit harsh on you with the kickoff here because once you get into Grand Champ level, you do need to have a solid kickoff. Unless you're trying to lose this. If you're trying to lose this, disregard everything I'm saying right now. But assuming you're solo... Wait, actually... Oh, looks like you're queuing with someone. I'm still going to go over the kickoff with you. So if you are trying to lose this, doesn't matter. But I'm going to go over it with you. You know, make sure you speed flip, which it looks like you kind of do here. Your car was faced upside down there a little bit too long. Yeah, it took quite a while to... It looks like you're holding your flip cancel a little bit too long there. You probably want to let go of it a little bit sooner, from what I can tell. And here, the way we come at the ball is not very solid at all. We're not very in front of the ball here. We want to have our cart normally facing completely forward towards the ball, and then we want to barrel roll to the right. So you would normally, the best kickoff you can be getting is hitting slightly off center, but you want your car to be facing, you know, completely forward like this. You want to hit slightly off center, somewhere around here, and then you want to be barrel rolling towards your right. And you can do the inverse for this if you land on this side a little bit off center, and then you flip to your left here. The reason we do this is we just follow through with the ball a lot better, and we're covering a lot more of our net. So if you're wanting to win more of your kickoffs, whether you're in 2s or 1s, solo queuing 2s, and you know 1s you obviously are solo queuing, winning more kickoffs is really crucial in those modes. 3s you can get away with losing a kickoff a lot of the times, but if you're playing 2s and 1s, it's just going to be so important for you to get these kickoffs down. So keep that in mind. We'll keep on going. Good. Should rotate back post. Good. Yep, it's all fine there. Okay. That was very aggressive positioning. You did score here. But had your opponents been, you know, rank higher, they're saving this every time, or maybe 2 ranks higher. I don't know how Destin failed that so badly, but here you should definitely not be positioning so closely like this. It's definitely very risky. If Destin is a little bit faster at this and he gets just any good clear, it's basically he's going to have here. If we go into fly cam here, just go into fly cam. I'll show you from a little bit of a better perspective. Okay, so at this rank, your opponents they're not playing this as good as they should, but assuming this is Champ 3, I'm guessing. So at my level, at Grand Champ 2 and 3, every single time, this is being cleared really far this way. And these two are positioning poorly here, but you know, this is all hypothetical. When you are getting into the higher ranks, you aren't going to be able to stay there if you're positioning this aggressive like this. Especially with a pass like this is just really easy for your opponents to clear out midfield. But normally these guys right here, this guy probably can stay here and rotate on this left side, but this guy, he should be way further up here being ready for that clear. And basically as soon as this clear comes out really far downfield, you're leaving your teammate in a 1-on-2. With these two guys right here, it's just really dangerous. This is a double commit when you can pretty easily see the opportunity for a strong clear off this wall. So you can't, it's not bad all the time to position up really close like this to try to score a goal. If your teammate is able to get a really fast pass across the field here, it can be okay. If you have enough boost to get back, it's all in the position. But in this position, you definitely shouldn't have been up this far. Instead, I would have liked to see you probably turn a little bit sooner here, maybe rotate back here behind your teammate, let your teammate go up here, because this is right off of if we go back a little bit further, gonna go to your perspective. Here we are. This is right after you clear this ball like this. I'm going for a touch like this. He gets this touch. Yeah, it's just really dangerous to position like this. You want to rotate to third man here. Works out for you though, so not a big deal, I guess. But higher ranks, that is going to be a big deal. So get into that habit of basically as soon as you're touching the ball, not all the time, just a general rule of thumb, it's good to rotate right back to third man. Sometimes you'll continue following up on it. It's just positional, but in that position, we definitely wanted to rotate back to third man. Okay, kickoff goal. Is this your kickoff? I'm trying to remember. Yeah, okay, so it's your kickoff. Oh, okay. I didn't take note of this originally. So on these diagonal kickoffs, I'm going to explain it to you anyway, even if you're trying to use this. It's going to be helpful for you in 2s and 1s. On these diagonal kickoffs, you want to flip towards the center. So you're speed flipping to your left here. I'm not sure if you're able to speed flip to your right. If you aren't, you should learn that. But if you are, you want to speed flip to your right here, so you're a little bit more center. And you know, you'll basically just do the same thing. You'll try to have your car facing forward, hit a little bit off center, and then speed flip to your right. Or not speed flip, barrel roll to your right. Or if you, I guess on this kickoff, you don't really want to land really far over and then hit over here. It's going to be really hard to do those kickoffs and win them. Normally you have to push in this direction on kickoffs. But if you are doing a hook kickoff, you want to aim on this side of the ball right here and then barrel towards your left. But no matter what, you should be speed flipping to your right here. And on this kickoff, you'd speed flip to your left, so you're more center. Just makes it so you lose less kickoffs. You won the kickoff. I think your opponent messed it up pretty bad. Yeah. Good job. Get the goal. I want to see how your opponent actually lost this kickoff, because you did win it pretty hard here. we go to his perspective. Oh, he turned way too hard on the left there. Yeah, he was not center on the ball, so you were like slightly more center, so it worked out for you. You see how hard he turns here on the left. That just makes it so he's way off center. He should be landing like probably right around here, having his car face forward like this. Yeah, a little bit of kickoff theory. It's really important in ones, and also important in twos. So we'll keep on going. There you are. Okay. Not sure where we went for this. I think you probably know going for this was a mistake. We're never going to beat into this. We're way too far out of the play here. And even if we do get to this ball in time and we're able to do a 50 with him, we're not creating any threat. The way he's facing, he would have a solid enough 50 to where there's no way we're getting it anywhere close to the net. We're not pushing it anywhere over there. If we're getting a 50 on this, it's going somewhere on this side of the on the screen there. So that's not creating any threat. It's just going straight over to probably his teammate right here to clean up, and it's basically just committed you and your teammate into the play here, and leaves your teammate that's third man right now in probably a 1-on-2 or a 1-on-3, depending on how fast this guy can get back, of course. Also, your recovery is a little bit rough here. If you are going to challenge this, make sure you're prepared to land on this back wall. If you land on this back wall, you want to normally have your wheels immediately facing down, so your car is facing down like this. It's kind of a little bit harder when you're jumping off the ground like this, but yeah, keep on going. You do forward flip there, so it makes it a little bit harder for you to recover. Okay. I guess you're trying to redirect this midfield. Again, doesn't really make sense to redirect this, because even if we do get this touch, if we go up to this and redirect it out midfield, it's just throwing away possession for our opponents. You do back down here, which is good, but you shouldn't have jumped in the first place, really. Okay. Alright, this touch could have been a little bit better. Would have liked it to have gone this way, but you reacted probably normally here. You should try to have your car a little bit further to the left here. Have it go to your right. You want it to be in this corner rather. Little things. The main common things that you're doing though are giving away possession. Your recoveries are a little bit too slow, especially when you're getting into Grand Champ lobbies, and also your kickoffs. But kickoffs are pretty niche, and you can get away with having a bad kickoff in threes. So. Okay, we definitely push up too far here. This right here, this is pretty good positioning because you're prepared for this 50. The way that your teammate is facing, it's pretty unlikely for him to lose this 50 behind him and go this way. So it's solid to place your car like this and be ready to get to the ball immediately. But you push up a little bit too far here. You push up here, and it's definitely possible for this to 50 out like it did. And so you push up a little bit too far here. Kind of similar like we saw earlier. Well, I guess not similar, but earlier you pushed up a little bit too far on this side of the field. You remember it went in anyway. It went straight into the net. But if this guy had, cleared it. So pushing up a little bit too far. Seems like we're not respecting the 50s. So yeah, this 50 didn't even go that bad for your teammate, but you just pushed up too far here and weren't able to react in time. Then it looks like Major's slow on the recovery here. Seems like Major has been messing up with being a third man for you. Yeah, it's definitely a mix of your fault and Major's fault. Probably mostly Major's fault there, but you should, as a second man in that position, you're assuming you're a second man in that position. You want to be able to hit the ball and not leave your third man in a 1-on-2 immediately. So you do have to be hitting that ball and being able to read those 50s. Just cover all the options. Nice try. Okay. I don't think we should have gone for this corner boost. As soon as we see our teammate like this, we need to rotate out and grab the small pads instead. So we can grab those 3. If we react a little bit sooner here, we can go down the mid path. But most likely we should be going down these 3 right here. And then there's this one right here. And then we can turn midfield and continue throughout that position as we see fit. But if we go into a fly cam here, we can kind of see the boost pathing. It doesn't really make sense for us to just get in front of our teammate like this and take this corner boost, because he might want to take this corner boost, and that would be bad if we took it from our teammate. So we're on like 70 or 60 boost, so we don't need to overextend for this corner boost like we do here. Instead, it's better for us to just go and grab this. So probably like this. Grab these small pads. So yeah, if we had rotated through this, we probably would be somewhere around here because it's faster if we go down here. So we're probably right around here, and where we would be somewhere around 80 or 90 boost probably if we can go back here. Yeah, so we did not have 60 boost, but after grabbing these 3 pads, we probably would have 60 boost, and maybe this pad too. We would have somewhere close to 80 boost. So grabbing those pads, we can see if we had rotated out a little bit faster there. It's kind of a part of recoveries. If we had recovered out of there, we would be able to get to this ball a lot faster. So yeah, this is actually really hard to save, and your teammates did mess this up. When you're up here, you probably do have the you'd have to be really fast on this to save this, but I definitely think it's possible to have saved this had you recovered a little bit faster here. They did kind of slot that totally perfectly on the right side of the net there. But even if this isn't going in, you should be recovering faster throughout that kind of mid-left area. Just makes it easier for your teammates. So keep that in mind. In threes, it's really important to get in and get out quickly, and keep the flow of the game going for yourself and your teammates. Nice try. I think you were trying to place it around him, which was good. Good pop. Okay. Again, I want you to think about that you've done this a few times now, where you go for the ball when it's pretty obvious that your opponents are going to beat you to this ball. You can fake challenges, you can jump once and then go straight down to kind of force them to go for this ball, but you should not fully commit like this. It's very, very obvious. Even this guy is beating you to this ball. But the Terrified Toaster guy, he's definitely beating you to the ball, and it's just kind of overcommitting yourself into the position. And even if your opponents are really, really slow here and you are able to beat them to this ball, the way you're going to hit this is just off this backboard, and it's going to pop right out, right towards them, and they can pick it up. So you're not creating any threat here. So yeah, you just got to play this more patient. Be aware that your opponents are going to beat you to this ball. It's right in front of them. It's really easy for them to get to this. So yeah. I think you need to be waiting a little bit longer, analyzing the position, being like, oh, okay. Because maybe your depth perception here is just a little bit off, and maybe you actually thought you were going to beat them to this ball, but we can pretty clearly see that we're not going to beat them even before we jump here. Before we jump, we can tell that they're going to beat us to this ball. So yeah. Nice try in the demo. I like the idea. Okay. Good. You realize you're second man. You probably shouldn't have been second man here. Yeah, it's a little bit awkward. I guess you or your teammate could be second man here and one could be third, so I guess you choose to be second man. So that's fine. What you do here is fine. Going for this, nice. Obviously you could put that a little bit further on the left side here, so it pops out a little bit more center. But I'm not quite sure why we went for this touch again. This is giving away possession once again. We see we have so much space here. Our opponents are not challenging us. We don't need to hit this backboard max power. And our third man's not going to be up here to receive this pass, and we know our first man isn't going to be able to turn around because we see him backboard right here. Maybe you're going for a crazy play where you pop it up and this guy jumps out and redirects it in, but at a champ 3 level, that's never going to happen. So again, we're giving away possession when we don't need to. We need to be thinking about how much space we have on the field and how much we can use it with. So if we had just waited for this ball to pop back up here, we would have been able to sit under the ball right here, wait till we see one of them challenge and then hit a backboard and possibly create a play from that. Or just get it around them, however it works in that position, but you'd want to get it around one of them. And if they continue to keep giving you space, which they shouldn't, but if they continue to do that, you'll be able to catch the ball and drive upfield for a dribble play and perhaps get a flick on the net. And if not a flick on the net, a flick on the backboard here for your third man to push up. I guess your third man would then become second because this guy hopefully would have rotated out somewhere around here. So yeah. Again, we're giving away possession when we don't need to. Just from the beginning of the game, the common mistakes you were making are still holding up now. You're still making the common mistakes of giving away possession when you need to be keeping it close to you. Also, your recoveries out are a little bit slower. Your choices to go for the corner boosts aren't always accurate when instead you should go out for the small pads there. Also, your kickoffs, right? Your kickoffs could definitely use improvement. But in threes, it's kind of niche. So keep on going. And yeah, it looks like this leaves your teammate in this 1-on-2. This really awkward 1-on-2. The captain Coop's back there, but he's expecting Major to get to this probably. So it's just really dangerous when you go for this play. It's just giving away possession, and we can see your opponents capitalize on you giving away possession like this and are immediately able to turn it into a goal. So at least 2 of these goals have been your fault. Completely, basically, just from giving away possession. So it's really, 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 I can't stress enough, it's just super important to not give away possession in 3's games, 2's games, and 1's games. Possession is the key in this game because if you can hold possession, you have an extra chance to have a shot, and that could be an extra goal. But if you're giving away possession, you're losing that chance, and you're also giving your opponents a chance. So it's just super important to be keeping it close to you. Go for a dribble play, get ready to go for a flick, or play low 50, wait for them to challenge, force them out of the play, and there are just so many options. There's so many more options, more effective and efficient options when you keep it close to you and go for those types of plays. So good to keep in mind. Solid. For the most part, your positioning there was pretty good. The way you landed here was really, really good. And getting on this side of the ball is good. You could have landed a little bit sooner here. You flipped a little bit late, so you landed right up front here. The reason you want to land a little bit sooner is so that you jump and you hit it vertically center like this. You don't want to hit it horizontal. Oh, that's not horizontally. You don't want to hit it horizontally center like this. You want to be a little bit off center on one of the sides, but you do want to hit it vertically center. So hit it vertically center. You got to time that jump well, and then you want to barrel to your right. Just gonna restate that here. keep on going. You did just jump, so kind of pops behind you there. Okay. A little bit awkward, but it's not your fault. Okay, I like the idea. You're trying to keep it close to you here, which is what you should do. But your opponents play it well, and one of them dive. But this is totally fine because when he dives, it's giving away possession to your teammates. So no big deal. Oh, you get a 50 here, so it's not quite giving away possession. This 50 kind of works in your opponent's favor, but I don't think you could have predicted that. So kind of unfortunate how that 50 happened. Double commit. Yikes. Nice. Going for that is the right idea. You have a player behind you and you have to go for this. You can't let them generate a threat on your net immediately, so good job. Nice. Ooh, okay. You do score here. I see that you're about to score here, but, or not you, but your teammate is. But we should not turn back into this. Once we get this, we know we have to retain the third man. We just saw our third man, that he's pushing up midfield. Madrid Best right there, we just saw him. We see him on the left side of our screen in our peripheral vision. I can't say that word. I hate saying it. But we can see him. He's right there. He's going to be midfield, so it doesn't really make sense for us to turn back here. If our opponents, you know, they're GC2s or GC1s even, they're going to position a lot better for this, and one of them is going to be back for this. They're not going to overcommit like they do here, and they'll be able to save this and probably get a really, really strong clear over your head here, and probably your teammate's head. So just really risky to position like this. You do score, or your teammate scores here, so it's fine. But when you did turn around like this, when you made this decision, you didn't know that there was no one in net. You made this decision before seeing them to turn to your right here. And perhaps you would have turned further back if you had seen them there, but it is really risky to push up like that. Okay. So far you've played really well. It seems to just be your possession that you aren't controlling it when you've had chances to. That's your main one. Main issue. I mean, you are at a Champ 3 level, so you're not going to have nearly as many mistakes as, you know, the ranks below you. But we do have these mistakes, which are really important to fix if you're wanting to get into higher Grand Champ levels, and even just Grand Champ 1. Good. I like the patience here. Letting your teammates kind of ball chase, because they should rotate out, but they're not. But you're playing patient. I like it. Good. Oh, okay. So again, throwing away possession. Don't need to do this. This is really bad actually, because this could result in a goal. And at this point, you just kind of want to stall the timeout. But yeah, this is just giving away possession. We can see these two are committed. Do you really think a third guy's gonna commit? I know you're on 10 seconds, but even if a third guy's committing to this, we know he's not coming at an angle from down here and going up and scoring this. We just saw from our camera. If we back up a little bit, we can see how many tags do we see on the field here. We see 2. There's no one close. There's no one behind them there. So just automatically, we know he's on the right side of our screen here. So if he's going for this ball, he's just hitting it right at this wall right here, and it's going to pop out for your teammates. So there's no need at all to be going for this ball. We're just throwing away possession. And maybe you're going for a pass, which looks like you are, but going for a pass when you have 10 seconds left. Excuse me. Going for a pass when you have 10 seconds left doesn't really make sense. You kind of want to, even if you don't have 10 seconds left, you should be keeping this close to you, dribbling it, and then maybe going for a flick on the net, or going for a flick for a pass if you want to continue doing that pass idea. But this is just, you don't know where your teammates are, so going for a pass blindly like this is just super duper risky, and it looks like this guy didn't expect it though. This isn't going to happen in Grand Champ level. This guy absolutely should be able to get to this in time. Maybe he's low boost, but I mean, you don't know that. But he should absolutely be able to get to this ball. if we go to his perspective, we can see it's pretty easy to go for this. I'm not sure why he chose to. Yeah, I guess he just didn't expect it. He got demoed here. You can see you're going for it. Yeah, he was just slow to react. But it's not gonna happen at high ranks. I guess that makes sense. He didn't go to overtime because he kind of messed up there. He messed up on you messing up. Capitalized. Nice. That looks like that'll be the game. Just tried to drop it. That's fine. Looks like you win. Good job. So yeah. Normally I would ask you if you had any questions here. And if you do have any questions or you want clarification on a subject that we talked about in this replay analysis, please DM me, or in the comment section of this YouTube video you can ask me, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. I am leaving to vacation this Monday for a week, so if you come up with a question between that time, I'm not going to be able to get back to you until the 8th of February, so keep that in mind. But yeah, so the main things we talked about, the number one big thing that you need to be working on in 3v3s is not giving away possession, being able to understand that you're not always going to be able to beat your opponents to the ball. Lots of times your opponents were pretty obviously beating you to the ball, but you still went for it, kind of overcommitting into a play when you didn't need to. And overcommitting like that, it just leaves your teammates in like 1-on-2s and 1-on-3s sometimes even, so it's just really dangerous to go for things like that. So yeah, just play a little bit more passive when you're working on that stuff. When you're trying to play a little bit more possession based, which you should be, you gotta just have that thought going in your head. Try to think about how much space you have on the field, and you know, if two people commit on your play, you know the third man's not going to be challenging. It's really dumb for him to challenge if he does, because if you see him challenge at any point and flick it over him, it's pretty much always a goal for you. So it doesn't make sense for him to challenge, so you basically always have enough space on the field to go for some type of dribble play or flick on your opponent, and that's just going to be a lot more powerful for you. It's going to help you probably rank up to Grand Champ. Honestly, if you can learn to do that, you're probably ranking up to Grand Champ with 3v3s. And then the next thing was the recoveries. So when you are committing to these plays, which sometimes it's okay, if you have enough boost to go for it, and you know that your teammate has gotten a pretty good pass off, then sometimes it's okay to go for those plays. Make sure when you're going for those aerials up on the backboard that you have your wheels facing down afterwards. And normally always when you commit for those plays, you've got to rotate immediately, because if you mess up and you aren't able to score, it's probably going in one of the two corners, so you'll have a little bit of time to get back. But you wanna not waste time going for these corner boosts, and instead you wanna, as soon as you get on the backboard, you just wanna rotate out. So whether you rotate out through these mid pads like this, if you go through all those mid pads, you end up with something like 80 boost, or whether you go through these lines right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the 7th one right there, you'll have like 90 boost, or 80, something like that, which is, you know, plenty enough. You don't need 100, you don't need a 12 extra boost to be saving any shots, so it's really important to make sure you're rotating quickly like that when you commit to those plays, those area plays on the backboard and stuff. And also your kickoffs could have been a little bit more solid. On those diagonal kickoffs, make sure you're flipping towards the center of the ball, make sure you're landing a little bit off center like I am, but have your car facing forward. I'm not doing it perfect every time here, but I'm not a perfect human being. But yeah, we can see just the way I'm hitting it, it's a lot more solid. I'm covering a lot more of the net here. And so yeah, that's kind of what you want to aim for. If you're trying to lose the kickoffs, then that's fine. That's totally a viable strategy. But if you're solo queuing in 2s and 1s, you obviously want to be winning your kickoffs, because unless your teammate is like saying need boost, then you're always wanting to win your kickoffs. So Those are the 3 main things. I think you should write that down on a sticky note if you have one, and then put it on your desk so you can see it. You should try to only train 1 at a time probably, or you can do 2 at a time if you want to learn like kickoffs and work on positioning at the same time. It's totally fine. Normally it's best to just work on 1 at a time though, because that's just the most efficient way of training it. You'll just keep having that thought go through your head, possession, and eventually it's going to become second nature to you. You won't have to think about doing it, and you'll just automatically control the ball and keep possession close to you. And you'll do that until you have basically all of them down. I'm really, really confident you'll be able to hit Grand Champ if you get all that stuff down. So, all that said, I think that's all that we have in the replay. Again, if you have any questions or you want clarification on something, feel free to comment in this YouTube video, or you can DM me on Discord if that works better for you. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, have a good one, man. Hope you learned something valuable. If you did learn anything valuable, I always appreciate a coach review in the Stripes Discord server. But yeah, I think that's it. So have a good one, man. Bye-bye.